You mentioned earlier the Sphere, and that's captivated people too, right? Their expectations maybe set a new bar for what entertainment in Vegas has to be. Mark Bedane was talking the other day about what he and his group hope to bring to an NBA arena, and that a baseball stadium can't be cookie cutter in Las Vegas. What does this?
That's true.
What does the stadium? Two things. What does the stadium have to be, and then also to captivate the fans, what does the team have to be in terms of headliners, in terms of payroll? My point is that the expense of what the A's are doing, not only building a stadium, but having to furnish it with the proper talent, this is going to be an expensive venture.
Right. So the context of Mark Badane's comment there has to be explained that he obviously was the former Raiders president.
Right.
And he and Mark Davis were not exactly on good terms with the Athletics at the Coliseum.
Right.
So that needs to be understood. But he raised a good point. It's legitimate. You definitely can't build a cookie cutter sports venue or entertainment venue in this market. Sadly, it's done in the residential sphere. There's a lot of like cookie cutter subdivisions out there in Las Vegas, but when it comes to sports and entertainment, it's going to have to be unique. It's going to have over the top glitz to it. The funny thing is, my point is the Vegas Golden Knights had a very amusing, attention-grabbing banner-raising ceremony when the banner came out of a oversized slot machine that was rolled onto the ice for the home opener. And, that goes to the point that I don't know if Fisher and the culture of that team much better than I do. They're going to have to kind of look at this outside the box from an entertainment standpoint and get, you can go over the top in Las Vegas. I get back to my point that Las Vegas is an outlier market. You can do stuff in this market that's done politically, economically, culturally, that you just could not get away in doing in other markets.
Sure.
And the question will be, are the Athletics up to the task, in terms of that kind of over the top, kind of, crazy
showmanship.
Almost. Some people, it's kind of funny. Some people thought it's classless, but Las Vegas doesn't mind that. They're not here to impress you. They're here to entertain and amuse you at a very high level. So, that baseball park is going to be at the very heart of the identity of this market, which is the Strip. I think people have to understand from outside the market, it's being built at literally one of the two signature intersections in our market, Flamingo and Las Vegas Boulevard and Tropicana and Las Vegas Boulevard. Granted, the Tropicana Hotel was not in a Bellagio Wynn kind of Venetian category, but it's a very high profile location. The Oakland Athletics franchise, they're going to have to be a little outside the box in the creativeness, in the entertainment, and even architecture of the building. This is kind of like an NFL team. It's kind of like if the Giants or the Jets went into Manhattan and said, "Hey, we want to build a stadium at Times Square."
Right.
That's the equivalent. That's the equivalent of what the A's are trying to do. Right. At Tropicana and Las Vegas Boulevard. And like I said, most cities like New York and the Bay Area, they have a lot of public needs and public amenities. Las Vegas is, they think, that they're an outlier. I know I've used the word a few times now, but they're not they don't do things by the book.
Yeah.
So, to your point, Brody, this franchise is going to be challenged to come up with something very, very over the top, very impressive, very attention grabbing, especially when you have like stuff like the Spheres coming online.